Guys, so for today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this really cute 3D pumpkin spice latte plushie, and this is what it looks like on the front, and this is what it looks like on the back. And then I made these really cute felt cinnamon sticks for the top of the cup right here, and then I also used ruffled felt as the whipped cream and put this really cute pumpkin right on the front of the cup. And I just love how this pattern came out, and I am so proud of it. This cup I had made in antique white colored felt, and this one's actually my husband's favorite one that I made, but my favorite one probably has to be the one that's in the orange colored cup. I just love it in this orange color. I think it's perfect for fall and Halloween and just so festive. I just love it in this orange color. It's just so gorgeous. So this one is probably my favorite, but another one that I made was one in this copper colored cup, and I think that came out really cute as well. So, these are the three different colors that I used, but you can use any color that you want when making your plushies. And then also the pattern for this plushie can be found down below in the description box. So if you are interested in making these yourself, definitely be sure to go check out that link. So I was actually inspired to make these plushies because in my last tutorial, I showed how to make these 2D pumpkin spice latte felt crafts. And after I made them, I was just looking at them and was like, how cute would these be as 3D plushies? So that's exactly what I did. But let me show you guys what the 2D version ones looked like. So this was the antique white colored one, the orange one, and then lastly, the copper one. So those are the three of them right next to each other. And I really love how these came out too. They're just so cute. Oh my gosh. So if you are interested in making these, I will link the tutorial up on the screen and you can go check that out. But I think it's so cool looking at the 2D version ones right next to the 3D version ones. It's almost like they were brought to life in a way. I don't know, it's the same design, but in a completely different way. I think it's just so cool looking at them next to each other. Now, with all that being said, let's get into this tutorial. So the first step is to take this piece right here, which is the piece for the side of the cup, and then you're going to fold it in half so that it looks like this. And then you're going to use the back stitch from here all the way to here. Before you can do any sewing, you're going to have to first thread a knot your needle, which is actually really easy to do. So if you don't already know how to do it, it's really nothing to worry about. And I actually have a tutorial for it, so I'll link that up on the screen so you can go check it out and learn how to do it. As you can see, I threaded and knotted my needle with some blue thread right here, and I did that because I want to make the stitches stand out as much as possible in this video so you can learn how to make the plushie. But when you make your plushie, make sure you use a thread color that matches the same color as the material that you're using. So to do the back stitch, what you're going to do is take your sewing needle and make a stitch right around here, and then pull all the way. Then you'll make a stitch right around here, and again, pull all the way. And then the next stitch you make, instead of going forwards, you're going to go backwards, hence why it's called the back stitch. So you'll make a stitch back where you made that first stitch. So right there. And then again, pull all the way. And there you go. So to make some more stitches, you'll make a stitch right here, pull, and then go back here, and again pull. So I'll show you that one more time. So you'll make a stitch right around here, pull, and then back here, and pull. So you'll just keep doing that all the way up to here. After you finish sewing this piece together, you're going to notice that one end has a larger opening, which is for the top of the cup, and the other side has a smaller opening, which is for the bottom of the cup. And next, what you're going to do is you're going to take the piece for the top of the cup, which is this circle piece right here, and we're going to be using the back stitch again to sew this circle piece all the way around this piece. And to do that, you're going to take the circle piece and you're going to place it inside that other piece, just like that. And then you're going to start using the back stitch and just keep wrapping this piece around the circle piece and continue using the back stitch up until you hit around the midway point. Once I get to the midway point, what I like to do is take the circle piece and finish wrapping it around the other piece. You know, something like this. And I like to do this just to make sure the two pieces are lining up correctly, and I'm going to be sewing everything together how I want to. So once it looks like this, I'm just going to take a pin and pin everything in place. And then you can continue using the back stitch from here all the way to there, and then make a few knots at the end just to hold everything in place. After you finish sewing the top of the cup together, the next thing you're going to do is take the piece for the bottom of the cup, which is this circle piece right here, and you're just going to do the exact same thing. So you're just going to be using the back stitch again and sewing all the way around to attach this piece onto this piece. Now that this piece is all sewn together, you're going to take a pair of scissors and make a small hole on the top part of the cup. Then you're going to turn this piece inside out. This next step is completely optional, but what I'm going to be doing is adding some poly pellets, which are weighted stuffing beads, into the plushie, and I'm going to be adding them in because it helps the plushie stand up straight all on its own. So just to show you what I'm talking about, as you can see, when I place the pumpkin spice latte down, it stands up on its own. And if you didn't add the weighted stuffing beads in, it probably wouldn't stand up like this. It would probably fall over very quickly and easily. So if you want it to stand up just like this, I would recommend adding some weighted stuffing beads into your plushie. Now that I filled the plush up with poly pellets up to about this point, I'm going to fill up the rest of the plush with some polyfill fiber fill. After you finish filling up the plush with some stuffing, the next thing you're going to do is take your sewing needle and make some stitches along here to close that opening. And it really doesn't matter how messy these stitches are because you won't see it when the plush is complete. Once you finish the base of the cup, you can put this piece over to the side for now, and we'll come back to it later. And next, you're going to take these two circle pieces, which are for the lid of the cup, and you're just going to place them right on top of each other, and then use the back stitch and sew all the way around to attach them together. Now that these two pieces are sewed together, you're just going to separate the two pieces from each other like this, and then take a pair of scissors and only cut through one of the pieces. And then you're just going to make a small hole like that. Then you're going to turn this inside out. Then you're going to take the inner lid piece and place it right in the center of the piece you just sewed together, like that. And then I like to take a pin and just pin it in place. And then you're going to use the fell stitch from about here to about, let's say, there. The fell stitch is a really easy stitch to do, and all you're going to do is take your sewing needle and make a stitch right about here, and then you'll pull, and then you'll make a stitch right here, and then again pull. And that's really it. So to show you that again, you'll make a stitch, you'll pull, make another stitch up here, again pull. And I'll show you that one more time. So you make a stitch, pull, make a stitch there, and pull. And then just keep doing that for a little bit. Don't go all the way around, just go to about maybe there. At this point, you can remove the pin and then turn this around. And what you're going to do next is take a pair of scissors and just cut kind of around where you sewed. Kind of like that. And only cut through this back piece. Do not cut through these two pieces up here, just this piece. And then what we're going to do now is fill up this portion with stuffing. And to do that, you're going to take small pieces of stuffing and just place it right there. And then I'm going to take a wooden dowel. This is just something that had come with the bag of stuffing that I bought, but if you don't have a wooden dowel, you can use something similar like a pencil, but I'm just going to use this to push the stuffing down here. So the stuffing is now right here, and you're just going to continue doing that until you fill up this whole part with stuffing. And then you're just going to continue doing the same process. So, sew from about here to maybe there, and then fill this portion up with stuffing, and then sew from about there to maybe here, and then fill up the whole rim with stuffing. And then once you're happy with how it looks and the whole rim is filled up with stuffing, you can then sew it shut. Once you finish the lid, you can put this over to the side. And next we're going to take these two pieces for the wrap around the cup, which are these pieces right here. And you're just going to place them right on top of each other. And then you're going to use the blanket stitch and sew from here all the way around to there. The blanket stitch is another really easy stitch to do, so I'm going to quickly show you how to do it. And the first thing you're going to do is pull back this front piece and make your first stitch only through the back piece, like that. and then you're going to pull all the way, and then you're going to put this front piece back where it was so that it covers the knot, and then you're going to make a stitch through both pieces and come through where you made that first stitch. Then you're going to pull, but before pulling all the way, you're going to take your sewing needle and go through that loop right here, and then pull. And there you go. So to do another stitch, you will just, make a stitch right here, pull, go through that loop, pull all the way. Make a stitch, go through the loop, pull all the way. And I'll show you that one more time. So you'll make a stitch, pull, go through the loop, pull all the way. Now we're going to sew together the circle on the front of the cup, and to do that you're going to take these two circle pieces and just place them right on top of each other, and then you're going to use the blanket stitch again and just sew all the way around to attach the two pieces together. Next, we're going to make the whipped cream, and to do that, you're going to need this piece right here, and then you're going to use the running stitch and sew all the way around this piece until you hit the center, and then you're going to pull the thread real tight so that it gives this piece a nice ruffled look and looks like the whipped cream. Before I start using the running stitch, what I typically like to do is make a few knots at the beginning, and I do that just because when I pull the thread really tight to give it that bunched up ruffled look, I've had times where the knot on the thread has popped through the material and completely ruined everything I just did, and it's very annoying. So to try to prevent that from happening, I like to make a few knots right at the beginning. And to do that, all you're going to do is take your sewing needle and make a stitch like this. And then I just like to make a few knots right here. So there's one, and then I'll make one more. Just like that. And then to do the running stitch, you're going to take your sewing needle and make a stitch just like this. And then you'll make another stitch up here like that. Another one over here like this. Another one like that. And you'll keep doing that all the way to the center of this piece. And then if you want to do multiple stitches at once, what you can do is take your sewing needle and kind of just keep going back and forth like that, and then pull all of them at the same time. So you can do it that way as well. After you finish using the running stitch, you're then going to pull the thread real tight and bunch up the piece. Just like this. And then once you have the piece all bunched up, you're then going to pull the thread real tight and make a few knots at the end just to hold everything in place. After this piece is ruffled up like this, what we're going to do is wrap it up in a way that we want the whipped cream to look when we put it on the plushie. So I'm just going to wrap it around like that, and I'm wrapping it in a way so that there's a little hole up on the top, and that's because I want to have a spot to put the cinnamon sticks. So this is the top of the whipped cream with the little hole over here, and then this is the bottom of the whipped cream. So that's what it looks like. And we're just going to make a few stitches to hold everything in place. And to do that, you're just going to make a stitch through the whipped cream. Like that. And then we'll make another one through the bottom. Then come up to the top. And pull. And then we'll make another one over here. Again, pull. Another one over here. Pull. And you'll just keep doing that around the piece. Once you have the whipped cream piece all sewn together and you're happy with how it looks, you're just going to make a few knots to hold everything in place. So you'll just make a stitch, go through the loop, and pull. And you'll just do that a few times to knot everything and hold it in place like that. Next, we're going to make the cinnamon sticks, and to do that, you're going to need these two pieces, and you're going to see that one piece is a little bit longer and the other piece is a little bit shorter. So we're going to start with the longer piece first, and all you're going to do is lay this piece down like this, and then you're going to roll one of the ends up until about here, and then you're going to hold it in place, take your hot glue gun, and put some glue right there. And then you're going to roll this into the glue and just hold it in place to let everything dry. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So you're just going to wrap this side up to about there, and then again, hold it in place. Take your hot glue gun, put some hot glue down like that, and then wrap this over and hold it down, just let everything dry. And if you want, you can take some scissors and clean off the ends. So since I see this little piece sticking out right there, I'm going to take my scissors and just cut it off like that. Then you can take the other piece and make the second cinnamon stick the exact same way. Once you're done putting together the cinnamon sticks, you're going to lay them on top of each other like that. And then you're going to take the whipped cream that you sewed together earlier, and you're going to place the cinnamon sticks into the whipped cream, just like that. And then I like to make a few stitches on the bottom to help hold the cinnamon sticks in place. So I'm just going to take my sewing needle and make a stitch through the cinnamon sticks, and also a little bit of the whipped cream like that. And then I'll make one more stitch over here. And then I'll just make a few knots to hold everything in place. also like to use some hot glue to help hold everything in place. So I'm going to pull back the front cinnamon stick and put a little bit of hot glue right there. And then hold those together until it dries. And then I'm also going to put some hot glue down here. And then again, hold it until it dries. And then lastly, I like to put some hot glue on the back. So right there. This is what the whipped cream and cinnamon stick pieces should look like together. And once you're done with this, you can put it over to the side for now. And we're going to come back to the base of the cup and the lid that you had put together previously. And we're going to be gluing these two pieces together. To glue these two pieces together, you're going to first take the lid and place it right on the top of the cup. And you're going to want to make sure it's centered. So make sure you're definitely happy with how it looks and everything is exactly how you want it to look when the plush is complete. Because once you glue stuff, there's no going back. It's final. I always hate gluing. It makes me very anxious. I actually glued a lid on crooked and it ruined the whole plushie. It was very, very sad. So make sure you're definitely very happy with how it looks before you do any gluing. Once you're happy with how the lid is arranged, you're then going to pull up just one portion of the lid. Make sure you hold everything else in place. Just pull up one portion. And then you're going to take your hot glue gun and you're going to put some glue right there. And then hold this down until everything dries. Then you'll rotate the cup over and do the exact same thing over here. So again, pull it up, take your hot glue gun, put some glue right here, and then hold it down until it dries. Then you're just going to keep doing that all the way around the lid to glue it all in place. After you finish gluing the lid onto the cup, you're then going to take the piece that you sewed together for the wrap around the cup. And you're going to place it around the cup how you want it to look when the plush is complete. And I like to wrap mine like this so that the end is in line with the seam right here. You can wrap yours however you would like. After you have the wrap placed how you want it to look, you're then going to unwrap just this part up to about here. And then you're going to take your hot glue gun and you're going to put some hot glue on the wrap up there. And you're going to hold this down until it dries. Then we're going to hot glue this piece down, so you can just fold it up like this and put some hot glue across like that. And hold it down until it dries. Next, you can glue this part down. So again, we'll just take the hot glue gun and put some glue across there. And then hold it down until it dries. After you finish gluing the wrap around the cup, you're then going to take the circle that you had sewed together previously for the front of the cup, and you're going to rotate the cup like this so you can see where the back of the cup is, and then rotate it back like that so you know exactly where the front of the cup is. And then you're going to take this circle and place it right on the front of the cup. And once you're happy with how it looks, you're going to use hot glue and glue it down. Next, we're going to glue the little pumpkin together for the front of the cup. And to do that, you're going to take this piece and you're going to glue it right here. Then you're going to take the stem, glue it up there. And then once the pumpkin is all glued together, you can glue it right onto the cup. And I'll be using tacky glue to glue all these pieces together. Next, you're going to take this piece that you finished earlier and then put hot glue on the bottom. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and put hot glue all right there. And then you're going to take the cup and just place it right there and press down to let the glue dry. The last step to finishing your plushie is to glue the drizzle on the top of the whipped cream. And to do that, you're going to take these two pieces and you're going to glue them together using tacky glue. Next, you're going to take the drizzle and place it onto the plushie how you want it to look when the plush is all complete. And I typically like to place the drizzle so that the middle of it is kind of like wrapping around the cinnamon sticks, like that. And last but certainly not least, you're going to have to hot glue the drizzle onto the whipped cream. Thank you so much for being here and supporting my channel. I appreciate it so much. If you're interested in doing other fall crafts this season, I actually have other fall and Halloween crafting tutorials on my channel that you can go check out. So definitely be sure to go do that. Also, if you like this video, definitely be sure to go give it a big thumbs up. And also be sure to go hit the subscribe button so you can be notified the next time I upload. And that's everything that I had to say in this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.